Yo, I can't make this up. So I'm recording a video talking about the future of the brand, fan theories, predictions. And then I get messages from the fans telling me, yo, did you check out Jin Saku's tweet? Oh man, we have some speculative information about the new Reboot series. We're gonna break that down, and then I will throw in the video that I was working on just at the end of this and just keep it going, because we're talking about the future. How do we get to this situation? How is the future going to look? We're gonna talk about all of it. Let's get into it. Hit that intro, Rangers.
You are watching the Fan Club.
You're watching the Fan Club.
And you're watching the Fan Club. Do you know what time it is?
And you know what time it is.
It's time for the Fan Club. Let's go. Hey!
I can't do this on my own, cause you know things ain't always sweet when you out here in these streets. But my morpher, when it morphed, I made a fake one.
Well, folks, we finally have some Power Rangers news. I swear, I made a long video today talking about the future of the brand. As soon as I got done recording, I had a few messages from the fans saying, yo, did you hear the news? Go check out Jin Saku's Twitter right now. And yes, folks, we have some information about the future. Take this with a grain of salt. Some of these things could be true. Some of these things could be changed. You never know when the leaks do pop up. Sometimes the creators go out of their way to change some of the things just because the fans already know. But this is an idea of what Power Rangers could look like in 2025 or beyond. Let's get into it. So shout out Jin Saku for putting up this information. He has been a PR leaker for years, and some of the things that he has put out have come to light and have been true. So we always have to take anything that he says with some respect and think it could happen, right? He said, I told y'all, I gotcha. Red light special, baby. Tommy, green. Luciana, red. Derek, blue. Aubrey, yellow. Vanessa, pink. These are the names of the new team of Power Rangers, or so it seems as of right now. Things can change, but Tommy, Luciana, Derek, Aubrey, Vanessa. Let's go, man. I like that they got Tommy in there. That's an ode to the Green Ranger, baby, and it looks like Tommy is going to be the Green Ranger. We'll have a woman be a Red Ranger. Derek sounds like a guy. Blue, Aubrey. Yellow, Vanessa. Pink. Interesting. So are there going to be 2 dudes and 3 girls? That's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie. The working title is titled The Power Rangers. Simple, but we've seen it work before. It's kind of cool. We can work with it. It doesn't seem like there's going to be any type of, like Power Rangers Jungle Fury or Dino Fury or Mystic Force or anything like that. Not even Mighty Morphin in the title, which makes it seem like it's going to be its own thing. Each episode will be an hour long. We talked about that a few weeks ago, which I think is awesome. And even if you get 10 episodes, that's still a pretty good long-running show. If each episode is 50 to 60 minutes long, if you guys remember, an episode of Power Rangers is about 20 minutes long. 10 episodes set at 60 minutes apiece would make it about 30 episodes if you compared it to the Mighty Morphin format, right? Interesting. The current draft is set to be a Elseworld story set in Angel Grove. Ooh. So this is going to be Angel Grove, but not the Angel Grove that we know. Would this be the first team of Power Rangers, or Power Rangers already a thing here, but not the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that we know? I mean, we do have a Green Ranger named Tommy. Are they going to connect it, or is it going to be like Jonathan Entwistle said a few years ago, its own universe with some familiar faces? That's what he said. It's interesting. Will you see Rita? Will you see Zordon, Alpha? Tommy starts as the leader, but betrays the team halfway through the show. Ooh, it would be like the backwards way of what happened to Tommy and Mighty Morphin. This Tommy's gonna be good and then end up becoming a villain. I wonder if someone takes their place. Ooh, this is crazy. The new suits are not going to be Mighty Morphin. They're going to be their own suits. I'm hoping that they get this right. I know the last few original suits I appreciated, but I know some fans complained about it. I hope we get some type of suit that everybody can agree on. Will this be a dinosaur theme? Will it be an animal theme? Will it be something new? Will it be a ninja theme? Jonathan Entwistle will direct and write the script. Klein's still producing. That's pretty crazy, man. So if he's still working on it, he's going to be working on the Karate Kid thing too. So Klein's going to have to put in a lot of work. Then the last point is Hasbro wants filming to begin in 2025. Hopefully it finally gets picked up off the ground. Me too, man, because it's a dark time right now to be a fan. There isn't really anything to talk about. And does that mean next year it's a hiatus year too? Or is next year the year that we get something off the ground to hype you up for the new project? Could they give us a special? Could they give us an animated series? It's interesting. And then that brings us to our next point in the video. And this is a video that I recorded like an hour ago, but obviously there's going to be a few different things because we just found out this information, but a lot of it still holds true. How did we get put into this situation? It's a hiatus year. We went from having Power Rangers every single year, and now here we are. We might get 2 years in a row with no Power Rangers. Let's talk about that, talk about the future. We'll take you into that right now. A lot of smoke is showing that we are probably going to get an all original series. But this year is a hiatus year, and it's the weirdest year covering Power Rangers I've probably ever seen so far in my career of doing this. But how did we get here, all right? How exactly did we go from having a season every single year, almost knowing what season each one was before they even came out, to not having anything at all and being completely in the dark? I mean, Hasbro has shown us time and time again that they don't want to give us any type of information till they're ready to give us some information. But back in 2020, we did get some real hard information that we were getting a reboot, a new world, and it was going to be imagined by Jonathan Entwistle. Now, right after this announcement, we got hit with COVID. That put us back. There was an actor strike. Now, coming out of the actor strike, there are a lot of projects that are greenlit and things that are going to happen. And Jonathan Entwistle is part of a big one. He's going to be the director in the Karate Kid project. Where exactly does that put us? You know, there's a lot of questions. And I guess we got to take it back a few years ago when Power Rangers was handed off, or basically sold, I should say, from Saban, who acquired the brand from Disney back in 2010. He sold it to Hasbro. Now, right off the ripper, we saw Hasbro want to reinvest in Power Rangers. The CEO at the time was a believer in Power Rangers. Now, RIP, he ended up passing away a few years ago, and it switched hands. There's somebody else overseeing the operations now, and I don't believe that they believe in Power Rangers as much as the last guy did. I mean, he went out of his way to get this brand, because you have to remember, Hasbro first made an agreement to just get the toys, and then a few months later, they end up buying the whole thing. When Power Rangers Beast Morphers came out, that was kind of like a Neo Saban-ish type season, because it was already going to happen, it sounds like. They added more heart and a little bit more storytelling when it came to these characters, because I really did appreciate Beast Morphers, and Beast Morphers was the season that got me back into watching Power Rangers. I remember I tried to watch Ninja Steel and Super Ninja Steel, and I just couldn't get into it. It wasn't made for me. Now, maybe there's some kids out there that liked it. My son was like 7 and he didn't even like it either. It wasn't until Beast Morphers that I was like, yo, this show is actually legit and there's potential. Then with Dino Fury, I really did like Dino Fury. There was a lot of good within that season and changing up the story and giving you some nostalgia, but also having some really good character backstories, the story arcs, everything that goes into a good show. I liked it, and it was becoming more original, and that's what we need. If you want to run some numbers up, I don't think following the same Super Sentai formula that you have for years is going to work, because one, Super Sentai is struggling. We've talked about that before. We've shown articles, we've shown numbers. They're not in the best situation either. It would be a different situation if Super Sentai was like a gold mine and then we're screwing it up over here. It's not hitting like it used to. And while we're on Netflix, I was reading that they're still on cable over there. If you want the kids to watch it, you have to change with the time. And I think certain shows like Power Rangers need to change with it. Now, I'm not saying you need to get rid of the whole essence and what makes Power Rangers. Maybe make an original show for that TV 14 audience for the adults, but then we can still make a kid show, either animated, live action. There's a lot of different avenues that you can take it. We've been around for 30 years. Power Rangers is a household name. Everybody could have an idea of what a Power Ranger looks like, right? Most people do. But most people that are not in the niche fandom could tell you the last few seasons. They probably have no idea that there's a Dino Fury, a Cosmic Fury, a Beast Morphers, Ninja Steel, and so on, right? And that is a problem because you can't make a living and actually keep giving us stuff off a super niche market. And I know some fans are going to be like, we've done it for years, but we've been on close of cancellation for so many years if you really look at it. We've talked many times how Power Rangers has been canceled like 3, 4, 5 different times. So yes, there has to be some type of like end of the road or changing of course or something. And how does Hasbro do that? Now, Hasbro, first of all, has a lot of problems they have to address in-house. They are hemorrhaging money. They lost $1 billion last year. They sold E1, which is crazy that they still lost $1 billion after the sale. We're hoping that money can kind of green light this year then, but the problems are still going to be displayed in this year's numbers. Like 2-3 years ago, their stock was worth like $100, like $90 to $100 easily. Now it's worth like $40 to $50. That's not good. Their company is valued at about half of what it was a few years ago. They're losing billions and it's not a good look. So Power Rangers is going to be one of the driving forces. I don't know if it's going to be the driving force. Really what Hasbro needs as a business is some new ideas to understand their audiences, and also with all their IPs, give the fans what they want for each item. I mean, we saw that Master Morpher make them a lot of money. They sold out super quick when that came out, right? If you listen to your fandoms on all of these great brands that you have and give them something they want, that's how you make your money from the IPs, man. You gotta also have some new ideas, the new hot toy, the new hot show. I haven't really noticed anything new from Hasbro that is like groundbreaking or taking the world by storm. Power Rangers is a nice brand to invest in. I'm not going to sit here and say it's shit. There's a lot of good in Power Rangers, and we have a good fandom. I do believe this year is a year where we'll get some news at some point, but I don't think they're ready. I mean, someone asked Jenny Klein within the last 6 months if the project was still happening. She said it's in development, but this project has been in development for a very, very long time at this point. It's starting to feel like The Flash. You guys remember The Flash movie that came out like a year or two ago? And they were working on that for like 5-6 years, it felt like. Now, I'm not saying this is going to be the Flash because they haven't even casted anybody. This is a completely different situation. They had a bunch of problems once they got shooting. We never even got to shoot yet. So this is like a completely different thing. Deep down, I want it to come out in 2025, but what happens with Jonathan Entwistle if he is the showrunner for the Karate Kid or the director? Does he hand off some of the reins? Is that why he brought in Jenny Klein in the first place? So he could do a few different things, but still be on the Power Rangers project and check everyone's stuff. Power Rangers has always been the brand for actors to be like, oh, here's an opportunity, but we're not going to pay anything. Like, what your payment is the opportunity, right? How about we flip that and find somebody that can give us some opportunity? Like, we're going to pay you more because you're going to deliver. You're going to do something for us. Why don't we go out and get, I'm just like saying a popular name, but go get like a Millie Bobby Brown. Go get somebody that has a bunch of movies out, is popular, a bunch of followers, and that if you just said Power Rangers and Millie Bobby Brown, people would watch that just because it's Millie Bobby Brown. Why don't we get a big name actress or actor to be a Power Ranger? That would be lit. Now, obviously, it has to be good writing, it has to be good storylines, good characters, good villains. I would love for once to have a full cast of professional actors that have done a bunch of things before and could actually help us out more than us just giving them an opportunity, right? That's kind of where I'm going with this, where we need to think outside of the box. And that's my prediction for the future, is we go out and we get a big star for this project. My other prediction is we're going to get a preschool show. I think that that is the one thing that would set us apart if we had a TV show for adults, but then also had a show for the young kids that was like the 3D CGI animation style, like your Cocomelon or PJ Masks or something like that, but have it be like the new Spidey and his Amazing Friends on Disney, where you bring up a bunch of Power Rangers from different seasons and teach these kids. You could have Mighty Morphin, Zeo, Lost Galaxy, some of the Disney seasons, some of the Neo Saban seasons that don't get talked about enough. Like, this could be a lot of fun, but Hasbro has to put their money where their mouth is. And right now in 2024, it's hiatus year. They're not giving us pretty much any toys. All the toys that you see are third-party stuff. The Lightning Collection is on a pause. And we might still even hear some information this year. We're just not really going to get any type of show or anything this year. That's one thing I try to tell the fans, and it sucks because I was optimistic we could at least get something, but then once the writer's strike hit and the actor's strike, it was like, oh no, like it's pretty much guaranteed, because it took so freaking long to get that done that they were not going to worry about Power Rangers, because now there's all these other projects that have to get put out because they had such a long strike that the pipeline was depleted of projects. I still think that there is some potential for this brand. I'm not going to lose hope, and I'm not going to shit on Hasbro too much. They just need to get their problems situated, and then they can help Power Rangers, man. But they do need to double down on these brands and see that when they give the fans what they want, we show up, man. There's still a bunch, millions and millions of Power Ranger fans that will show up and pay their money for a quality show or product, but it has to be quality and it has to meet our satisfaction. That's the thing. I think with this brand, we could double down on it and get more production out of it, but to get more production, you're gonna have to spend more money. What are your thoughts? Shout out all the fans out there that take the time out of their day to watch this content. You are the real MVPs and the reason why we can continue to make videos like this one. Thanks again, and we'll see you next time. Peace. I just want to give a special shout out to the Gold Ranger members out there: the Arctic Operator, Roderick Ham, Papillon Purple, Salima Ramirez, Danny Nascimento, Stephen Heffelman, Chaos Draco, Thomas Franco, Anime King Nick, Louis Cairns, Miguel Ortiz, and Sean Schiffer. Thank you guys so much for your support, and if you want a video shout out like this one, sign up to be a Gold Ranger member today.